What's going on, Kansas City Chiefs fans, Kingdom Nation? It's your boy, JP Football Fanatics here, back with you once again with another record prediction video. This is going to be the last of the AFC divisions, and we're going into the AFC West. For this first one, we are going over the 2023-24 NFL season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are the returning Super Bowl champions from last season, and they're going to be poised to be a two-time back-to-back Super Bowl champions for the first time since the 71-72 Miami Dolphins. So, as far as that is concerned, the Chiefs and what they've been able to do so far in the offseason have picked up some nice pieces, but the biggest question is, of all, as always, are they always going to live up to expectation? After winning two Super Bowls with Patrick Mahomes, are they now going to consider themselves the new dynasty that was once with Tom Brady, Josh McDaniels, and Bill Belichick with the New England Patriots from the early 2000s all up to this time frame? Do you think they're going to be that new dynasty? Do you think they're going to be a team that is ready to go? Are they going to go back to the Super Bowl? Are they AFC favorites yet again? Let's take a look at the schedule once again and take a look and see what we can get on. This is JP Football Fanatics telling you to please go ahead, drop a like on this video if you have not done so already. And also, if you could please too, hit that subscribe button that's right down below from this video and hit the notification bell as well. Because when you hit that notification bell, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to help the channel grow to be bigger and better than what it is already. And I want this channel to grow. I care about you guys. I know you care about me. And I want to help this channel grow to be bigger and better than what it is already. And whatever content that I may have not have covered yet on this channel, please let me know, and I will try to cover it and give you my best opinion on it as best as possible. But I can't do that without the followers. So please do me the favor and do all of these things. Help this channel grow and tell people that I do care and I am the best one around that can give you the best football opinion. With all that being said, let's go ahead. Let's analyze the 2023-24 NFL season for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, here's the schedule right here for the Kansas City Chiefs, which I think the Chiefs, like they have been in recent years, are going to have another solid season. They're still a favorite in the AFC. I think they have a legitimate shot. I think they should be able to win this division this year, but it all depends on how they start out in the early part of the season, especially if that Spagnuolo defense is going to come to play this year. They picked up a couple of defensive players in the offseason, and we have to really see if they're ready to be up to par, so that way they can compete with some of the big dogs that they play later on in the season. Let's take a look and see. First, you're at home in week one. You're coming off of the Super Bowl win, and you're playing the Detroit Lions, who is going to be poised in the NFC side of things to go ahead and probably make a playoff run, a deep playoff run this year. The Lions, I like the Lions. I think I think it's a team that could be any given team on any given Sunday or Thursday night for that matter. But I do feel the Chiefs should still be able to win this one. I feel like, the Lions have a lot to prove this season, but I think it also is going to start with defense. I don't think they have the corners that are going to be ready to be able to compete with Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Like, I don't think the Lions are really up to par with that really just yet. They need some more work on that defense to legitimately say that they can compete with teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm going with the Chiefs week one. You guys should be able to win that one. Week two, you play the Jacksonville Jags. I think the Jags are going to be good this year. I said it when I did them previously, but I think the Chiefs are still a better team overall. I have some questions about the Jags defense in terms of, are they going to be able to slow down Mahomes? Are they going to be able to contain him within the pocket, not let him scramble around to make some plays? I have a lot of questions about them. I think the offense for Jacksonville will be there, and they'll keep themselves in the game. But defensively, I think it's going to be a lot for them to be able to handle Patrick Mahomes. So you guys should be able to win that one in week two. Week three, you play the Chicago Bears at home. You should be able to beat the Bears as well. You'll start the season out 3-0. The Bears, they could be potentially a good team this year. I mean, not a good team like where they're above 500 and make into the playoffs, but they should be competitive. It'll be kind of fun to really see how Justin Fields gets together with playing like the best quarterback in the NFL right now in Patrick Mahomes. So I think you guys should be able to win against the Bears in week 3. Week 4, you go to play the New York Jets. I could definitely see this game going either way. I could definitely see the Chiefs winning this game, depending on how the Jets come out and depending on how everything is going to work out with Aaron Rodgers and company. I think Aaron Rodgers can have some success within this offense for the Jets and probably could get some things going. But at the same time, it's also very crucial. It's going to be kind of early in the season. You're still in week 4. Aaron Rodgers is still trying to figure out what this team is really about. Are they able to really compete and everything like that? So that's really the biggest question marks that you have to really stick with in terms of that. So I feel like the Jets actually have a legitimate shot. I believe I kind of went back and forth on it when I did my Jets prediction video. So I'm going to say for right now, I think the Jets can go in and actually beat them. And this will be the first time that we see Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes actually face with one another and not vice versa around like the previous 2 matches against that were supposed to happen against the 2 quarterbacks. Week 5, you play the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. I could see this game going really either way. It could be an offensive shootout. Both defenses aren't really good, so defense will be non-existent here. But it is in Minnesota. It's a tough place to play. You're on the road. I think the Vikings have a legitimate shot. I think they could actually beat you at home. I don't think they have the corners that can really match up well enough with Justin Jefferson. And I don't think they're even going to match up very well with Jordan Addison either. It's just my opinion. So I think Kirk Cousins and company can actually go ahead and they can actually win this game in Minnesota, which would be really fun to see. But that's just my opinion as of right now. Week 6, you play the Denver Broncos. It's a Thursday night football game. I think you're going to split with the Broncos this year, but I think you could also make a legitimate argument that you could sweep them per se as well. So, but right now, I'm going to say you beat the Broncos at home on Thursday night. Then you go to week 7, you're playing another divisional game, and you're going to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Always a great matchup between the 2 teams. I like the Chargers a lot. They always seem to play really well against the Chiefs, and they always give Mahomes a lot of problems here. So I could definitely see this being the case this year, where these teams split this year. So I think if there's any team that really competes and that is up to the Chiefs, perspective and everything like that, I think it would be the Chargers. So right now, I'm gonna say that you beat them in week 7, and then you're probably going to beat them. And I think you guys will get beat in week 18, the last week of the season, where you may wrap up already the division title and so on and so forth. So I could definitely see that going either way, though. I mean, it could be vice versa. I could see the Chargers winning in week 7 and then the Chiefs winning in week 18. Then you go to Denver to play the Broncos. I think you actually do. Like I said, I do believe you do split with the Broncos this year. So I think they should be able to win. Not should, but I think they could potentially beat you in Mile High, but that's a very, very big stretch there. Week 9, you play the Miami Dolphins. I think Tyreek Hill is going to go in there and he's going to absolutely dice up this. When Tua might actually dice up this actual secondary for the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry, not the Dolphins, for the Chiefs at least. I don't really see any corners or any safeties that are going to match up with Tyreek Hill very well. So just like I did the last time, I'm picking the Dolphins to win that one. And this is also an international game, which this game will be being played in not London. I'm sorry. This game is actually being played in Germany. So this is going to be a really fun, high offensive explosion game where defense may not even matter. Week 11, you're coming off the bye just like with the Eagles, and you play the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. I think you beat the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are going to be still very good. They're still going to give you a run for their money. Another game that's going to be like an offensive shootout. But I think at the end of the day, it's Patrick Mahomes. I don't think this secondary or this defense is built enough to be able to beat a quarterback like Mahomes. So I think you guys can beat them in week 11. Week 12, you play the Las Vegas Raiders. I think you sweep the Raiders this year, in my opinion. Like, I like the Raiders. I like their offense and everything like that. But can Jimmy Garoppolo get this team going? Can he be able to keep up with Patrick Mahomes? That's the biggest question mark. We've seen Jimmy Garoppolo play against Patrick Mahomes before in the Super Bowl and recently as in terms of last year. So this is a tough game for them to do it, but I think the Chiefs actually go in there and they actually can sweep you guys out this year, just like with the Broncos that I could definitely see as well. Week 13, you play the Green Bay Packers. Now if Aaron Rodgers was still here in Lambeau Field, obviously it would definitely be a much more competitive game, but it's Jordan Love. Again, Patrick Mahomes should be able to come in and beat them. I really do think so, especially if they're on the road in Lambeau Field. There's no more Aaron Rodgers. It's not the Brett Favre era either. It's a new whole era. We don't know what we're getting out of Jordan Love, so I'm taking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Week 14, you're playing the Buffalo Bills at home. In recent years, you've kind of gone back and forth with the Bills. Regular season, the last 2 seasons, you have lost to the Bills. I think you avenged that loss from last season. I think you actually can finally go ahead and beat the Bills on your own turf. The Bills will compete with you. They'll keep up with you as much as they can, but I still think the Chiefs can go in there. I think you guys can definitely go in there and make a name for yourselves in that one and finally avenge that loss from last season. Week 15, you play the New England Patriots in New England on Monday Night Football. I think you are going to beat the Patriots. I think it's a very important game. This is a very intriguing matchup because we're talking about the new dynasty versus a team that had a dynasty previously under Belichick, under Brady, Josh McDaniels. You know what I mean? So this game could go either way. I feel like defensively, I think Bill Belichick will be able to contain Mahomes. I think he can really go in there and put a lot of pressure on him. But at the end of the day, it's Mahomes, it's the Chiefs, it's Andy Reid, who's an offensive mind versus a defensive minded coach. Could go really either way. So, but I think the Chiefs come out on top ever so slightly. Then you go to week 17, you play the Bengals at home in the rematch of the AFC Championship. Just like with the Bills, you lost to them in the regular season last year, but then you came back and beat them in the AFC Championship game. I think you guys can go in and you can beat the Bengals this year. I think you're due for another win against them. The Bengals, one of the best teams in the AFC, but I think at the end of the day, you can't see Patrick Mahomes losing two years in a row against Joe Burrow. Like, I just don't see that happening. Like with Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, these are quarterbacks that are all developing like this rivalry between one another. And I don't think that's happening, going to happen 2 years in a row. So I think, especially if the game is being played in Kansas City, primetime game, Tony Romo, Jim Nantz on the call. I'm taking the Chiefs in that one in Chiefs Kingdom. So, with all that being said, you guys will probably have a 12-5 record. I think you might take a slight setback. I don't think you're going to luck out as much as you did a year ago. But I still think you're still at the top of the AFC. I think you're still going to probably be the number 1 seed overall. You're still going to get home field advantage for the AFC Championship game and everything like that. I think you have a legitimate shot of that, but I also think that you are also not going to be that lucky this year. I think you're going to lose to some teams that you probably should beat this year only because, that's the only fair way. So 12-5 is your record. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. It's JP Football Fanatics telling you all to please go ahead, drop a like on this video, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button as well and hit the notification bell, because every time that I post new content on this channel, you guys will be the first ones to know about it and be able to partake in everything that I do on this channel. And if you have any feedback, if you have any other content that you would like for me to cover in the near future, please, guys, let me know, because I would love to do that for you guys. But I can't do it unless I get the followers and the people that I need that are going to help me make that change. So like, comment, subscribe, do everything that you've got to do to help out your boy, JP Football Fanatics. And that's him saying thanks, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.